Hey Josh, how are you tonight?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay.
Okay, tell me about your week.
Um, it's been know, a little stressful, as always, I'm a graduate student and I've got, school, I've got, the internship hours, I've got my regular work, which has been kind of bonkers because, you're working with families and the holidays are coming up, and then that can be a lot of, triggering time, I guess is the
Mhm.
best way forward to say it when it comes to working with, at-risk people and families and individuals. So a lot of you get their trauma kind of pushed on you, and
Mhm.
you have to hear some stories that sometimes it's like like I know that that's what you're here for, and but it seems like this is part of the year that it's just really overwhelming, and it
Mhm.
just sucks the energy out of me. Like I can
Okay.
literally feel, wow, when I'm done with some sessions, like I need a nap, or where's the caffeine because this is not cool.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where the week's at right now.
Okay. And did it start off like that? Well, it's
Um,
only Monday.
I know it's only Tuesday, right? For Monday,
Yeah,
so
it's only
we run.
Tuesday. Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it slow builds
Uh-huh.
through the month. Like October isn't too bad, but then you start to hit, like, the change in the time. So now it's darker in the evening. You can tell a lot of people's, like, seasonal depression starting to kick them in the butt, and
Mhm.
those type of things. And I'm not immune to that stuff either. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's hard to kind of get motivated to do stuff when you leave work and it's dark,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it's, yeah. So, but overall, it's just a lack of energy, I guess, is the
Mhm.
best way to put it, for my last week, and it's really been kind of in overhaul right now, like a lot of lack of energy,
A
I
lot of
guess,
lack
is
of
what I'm
energy.
feeling. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what you do for that for yourself when you have a lack of energy.
Well, normally I would try to get a little extra sleep, or I would try to, like, for me, having something forward to, like, oh, I have something to look forward to, can
Mhm.
kind of bring me some energy. But it's been difficult lately because a lot of things that I've been dealing with, getting ready for my son to go to college, dealing with my oldest daughter, making sure that she's doing college,
Mhm.
my youngest son, just trying to be there. And he's interesting because he's going through all these different emotions and
Mhm.
feelings. He's a small kid, and just, he gets a little bit more complex day to day, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So it's different because, especially with the two older ones, they're like, hey, we don't need that. I got, that late teenagers, right? And the
Sure.
younger one, even though he's only 7, he's trying to build some independence.
Okay.
So part of, looking forward to, for me, is really looking forward to doing things with my family. And I just feel like a lot of them are looking forward to kind of just doing their own thing.
Okay. Okay. Can I try an exercise with you?
Sure.
So imagine you go to bed tonight and close your eyes, you wake up in the morning and there's a miracle that's happened. And things are different. But something, your problems have gone away. What does that look like for you?
Ooh, I have lots of energy. I'm definitely feeling better about myself. I'm feeling happy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my family is more attentive to each other. They can, you're still doing your own thing, but we're spending, parts of days to have some quality time together.
Mm-hmm.
That would definitely be going on. Obviously still doing good in school, getting my hours I need, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, spending some, quality time with my youngest, doing some, family tradition
Mm-hmm.
activities, especially, holiday tradition stuff, will be important. So yeah, that's definitely the things that kind of would be going on. That would be different.
Okay. You've mentioned quite a few times quality time with your family. That seems to be really important to you.
Yeah, and it's been difficult because a lot of the times we have like my son still got his sports. When you have a kid that plays sports, especially at a high level, because he's getting ready to go to college and play lacrosse, there's practices, there's tournaments, he's still doing football. Honestly, part of me was hoping they might lose in the second round of playoffs. That's terrible to say, but it's one of those like, okay, now I got to go sit outside in the cold again and
Mhm.
be by myself, watching this kid play. Um, but yes, one of the big things for me when it comes to quality time is having that time to. I grew up in a family where we sat down and we had dinner.
Mhm.
It didn't matter what happened during the day. It didn't matter if it was sitting down at 9:30 at night.
Mhm.
Everybody sat together and we had some type of breaking of bread and doing that and kind of having that time because it allowed us to be like, so what's going on with you?
Mhm.
And I definitely feel like that would be there with a real high frequency. If does that make sense? If
It
that kind of
does.
miracle happened.
Okay, so if,
Um,
if we're on like a scaling question here, 0 being no quality time and 10 being like the quality time that you had with your family growing up, where are
mhm.
you right now with your quality time?
Probably like a 3.
Okay. So not as much quality time as you would love.
No, like it's the quality time I have, and I try to do it as much as I can do it,
Mhm.
is more on an individual basis. Like
Okay.
I get some single time with my daughter, I get some single time with my 2 sons, same thing with my wife and stuff like that. But it's not the family where everyone's together time,
Mhm.
and so that definitely is something that I need to have a conversation with everybody about. I know it's not realistic to get them all for dinner every night, but like we've got to have more nights than what we're doing to kind of have that stuff. And I don't mind cooking. I mean, shoot, I don't mind buying dinner either because that happens too. Um, but we definitely need to have more time like that. I think that is definitely going to be something that I need to kind of have a conversation with them and talk about how important it is to me.
What would it take to get to a 5 from a 3? Or how would you move that?
No, that's a good
How
question.
would you get that?
Honestly, just a 5 for me would be having the time to say, hey, someone picked the night, another person picked the meal, and just that way, everyone kind of feels like they've got to say. Someone else picks the dessert, and then we can all get together and have that time. So, I think if I do that, that would put me at a 5. And then depending upon how much time they actually give, like my oldest son is quick to eat and run, and it's like, no, you gotta sit down, you gotta hang out for a minute,
And talk to mom
um,
and dad. Yeah.
and talk to everybody, So, I think that would make the difference, kind of going from 5 high, to higher level. But yeah.
When do you think you want to implement that?
Well, it sounds like I'm gonna have a conversation tonight. With the kids
Okay.
and be like, hey, guess what we're gonna be doing? Like
Yeah.
because there's certain that's like we could definitely do it Thursday night. Thursday would be an easy day. My son doesn't have practice Thursday night because they do walk through on the Thursday morning for football, and I'm not gonna be able to see him Friday because Friday night they're gone all night.
Yeah.
And then I know my daughter work schedule isn't too late on Thursday, so we could probably get together and just kind of spend some time there for dinner and just let them know like, hey, 7 o'clock, be here or you're in trouble.
Dinner and dessert at Josh's house. Sounds
There you
good.
go. Don't put it
All
out for
right.
everybody, but
Uh,
at least for my kids and my wife who can do that. Yeah.
sounds good. Well, I hope this was helpful today. Maybe we can wrap up again next week.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. It was. Thank you.
Thank you.